Hello all. Today we are going to talk about free body diagram, which is central to laws of motion. Now, what is free body diagram? In free body diagram, we represent external forces acting on a system. Okay. Now, let me just highlight it here. Two words. One is external and one is system. Now, uh, we will talk about it, okay, with examples. So let us take first example. One mass m, one block is resting on earth. Okay, so this is a block, right? And this is earth, let us say. So now you can see, you can consider block to be a system, right? You can consider earth to be a system, and you can consider block plus earth to be a system. So there are various way to go. So let us take the simplest case. Let us consider a block to be the system. Okay. So what we are going to do, we are considering block to be our system. Okay. Now in free body diagram, whenever you consider a system, you represent that with a dot. So this is our mass m. Now, if this is the system, what are the external forces acting on it? External. Now, you all know that uh, the block will be feeling the force due to gravity. So, first external force on our system I'm drawing is uh, the gravitational force, or what we call it, weight. Okay, so I'm representing it by red arrow, and this force, you know, that will be m into g. Now what other forces are acting on the system means block. So you know that block is stationary, so earth is pulling it down and the earth is pushing it up with a contact force or normal force, right? So the second force which is acting on the block is going to be, sorry, okay, now we are denoting it by r. So now m is the system, and in the free body diagram we have represented the external force acting on the system. So one is force by earth, and another another is also forced by earth only, by the ground, okay, in upward direction. Okay, now uh, let us take the second example. Now in this case you can see, let us consider mass is hanging through a string. We are considering massless string. Okay, now let us say this mass is our system. So, and we are going to draw the free body diagram of the mass. Again, we all know that it will be attracted by earth. If we let it go, if we cut the string, it will fall down, right? So it is feeling a force by earth mg, right? This mass. Now you know that this is stationary, so it, there must be some force upward also to balance this, right? So that comes to be the tension, right? So what happens, this string will exert tension in upward direction to hold the mass, right? Now this is the uh, free body diagram of the mass. Now you may ask that what if the string is our system? So if string is our system, right, so what will happen, this T is exerted by a string on the block. So according to Newton's third law, the string will be pulled down by the same force, right? And same way, this point, the point where it is attached, will feel a force in uh, this direction. Okay, so this will be the free body diagram of any segment of the string. Okay, so it's not the, you can talk about entire string, you can talk about the element of the string. So this will be the free body diagram of the string. Okay, now moving on. Now you can see we have a block A and B here. Now if we take block A to be our system, okay, so this is block A. What are the forces acting on it? So you know that it will be feeling a gravitational force. Let us write MAG due to Earth, and this B is holding it. So B will exert a contact force. This will be, there will be a contact force on A due to B. So this, let us write it, this is contact force on A due to B. Fine. Now, what if B is our system? So if B is our system, again, it will be pulled by Earth. Let us say MBG. So this is the force due to Earth. Now, what about the ground? Ground will also exert a force on B, which is, we are writing R, okay, due to ground. This is given by the ground. What about A? So you know that A was feeling a force upward in this direction due to B. So according to Newton's third law, A will also exert a force downward on B. So what is going to happen? There will be a force in this direction, which I am writing it RA. Now, just to remind you, okay, this and this are Newton third law pair. Okay, same way this force and this force, if you can recall, according to Newton's third law, to every applied force there is equal and opposite force. Okay, right now, and both the forces act on different body. Fine. So this the red markers show the Newton third law pair. Now moving on, what if you say that if A and B is your system? So how you will represent that? If A and B is your system, then you can represent this is your A plus B, your system. So it turns out, just combine these two forces and what you will see that this and this will get cancelled, isn't it? So if A and B is our system, RA will get cancelled and we will be left with one support force from ground R and gravitational force, that will be your MA plus MB times G. So this represent A to be our system, this is B is our system, and this is A plus B is our system. Okay, these are the free body diagram. Now moving on. In example 4, you see a spherical ball resting in a groove. Okay, now what are the forces acting on it? Now to remind you two important things, that gravitational force acts perpendicular to the surface of the earth and contact force acts perpendicular to the surface. Okay, so we can see here that it is in contact with the ground here. So let us write it, this is surface A and this is surface B. So what will happen? This surface A will exert a force in this direction, and we are writing it RA. So this will be contact force due to surface A. Now, same way you can see it is in contact with B surface here. So what is going to happen? This B will exert a force in this direction perpendicular to the contact surface, and let us write it B in this direction. Okay, so this contact force is always perpendicular to the surface. Fine. Now moving on, this, suppose this ball has mass m, so, and let us say this is earth. Okay, so what is going to happen? The earth will exert a force perpendicular to the surface, and that I am writing it m into g. So these three forces will be acting on the ball resting on the groove. Now, last example we are going to discuss is a block resting on an inclined plane. Now here, let us say that there is a friction, okay, and the block is at rest. Okay, so let us just consider friction. Now, to make the life easier in an inclined plane, it's better to consider, let us say, this direction to be our, so let us study along this. So this is our x-axis and this is our y-axis. Now, we all know that if there is no friction, then the block can't stay there. Okay, yeah, this block is going to slide down, right, if there is no friction. So friction opposes the relative motion. So it is obvious that friction will be acting, let us say, in this direction. So this is the direction of, sorry for using the color. Okay, so this will be the direction of friction. I am writing small f for it. Now, so friction opposes relative motion, right? So if there is no friction, it will slide down. So friction must be in this direction. Now, you also can see that this is the contact surface. So according to our knowledge, the surface will exert a normal force which will be perpendicular to the contact. Okay, so there will be a force by the inclined plane on the block R. Now, to remind you, here the block we are taking to be the system. Okay, so this block is our system. We are now writing the forces acting on it. Fine. Now, what about gravity? So this is Earth, right? So weight always act perpendicular to the surface of the Earth. So you will find a force mg. This is by the Earth. Okay, so this is the free body diagram of the block resting on an inclined plane. Now in the next video we are going to talk about a resolution of forces, okay, and equilibrium of a body. Okay, now before moving on, all the example whatever we considered, these things are at rest, right, stationary. So we'll look into the matter in the next video. Thank you.